tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep, for it all, Devontae Smith! He has got it! Touchdown!
Your Eagles are world champions again!
The Zone is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going.
Let's make history! Pure power. Oh, there's no way back from this, surely!
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by That Prize Guy.
If you had the choice, what prize would change your life?
Yes!
Woohoo!
Competitions from as little as 5p per entry. What are you waiting for? You could be next to change your life for That Prize Guy.
What's he got saying? Turn around. Training.
Introducing the casino you love to hate, Mr. Q.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
How do you like it? On the shot. So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this. Weigh in, live on DAZN.
The journey of a boxer can be a long and lonely road. Navigating twists, turns, rises and falls. For the chance of a shot at gold.
Asked me to go back and change it and win the gold medal. Nah, keep what it's on.
But after years away, the hunger for a familiar place can bring a fighter's path back home.
To be a high-profile boxer in Belfast is a lot more special than most cities.
Standing upon the stage as the crowd sings grace, the pressure will mount on your fall. Under the lights as the bell rings fight, it resounds with an echo.
One sleep away from Fight Night here in Belfast. One sleep away until we see Mick Conlan versus Kevin Walsh. Get it on in Belfast. Remember, it is for the WBC International Featherweight title. They see both men there. Both men will take to the scales in a matter of minutes just to make sure they make the weight. It is a tough weight to make as well. Welcome inside the studio. Two have become three inside the studio. Barry Jones, who's joined me and Carl Frampton for this one. Let's go straight to you, Barry. Obviously not here yesterday, so I didn't get your take on Mick Conlan. Where do you think Mick is coming off that good win against Jack Bateson last time out?
He'd be full of confidence and still, because he's such a brilliant talent, so much skill, that he'll still think he can win a world title. I mean, history would probably say and tell you that that's probably got past him now. But there's always a hope. You're always one win away. When you're a name like Conlan and the ability he has, there's always a name when you can get it right on the notch. You can get over the line. The worry is his resistance to taking big shots. I mean, that's the. I mean, for everyone, but for him now, with age as well and wear and tear, that's always a bit of a worry. But on ability alone, if he doesn't win a world title, he'd be one of the best to ever do it. I mean, and never win one because he's so naturally gifted. But you don't always get the luck in boxing. That's the sad part of it. But I mean, he's full of confidence. He looks revigored. You know, he was brilliant against Bateson. So maybe he can find that. Just that last chapter in his book. But it's a hard ask.
Talking of confident, we didn't really know too much about young Kevin Walsh up until yesterday. Very, very confident. He's brought a bit of a team here as well. He seems ready for this one. 19-0, 10 knockouts. It's a good record, but ultimately, when you look at the names on the record, it's names that we're unfamiliar with. We don't know what level he is, although he thinks he is world level already.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely a fair assessment, Addy. I think that his record looks really pretty, doesn't it? But if you actually dissect it, he hasn't really beaten anybody. But this is the kid needs a chance, doesn't he? And to show that he can actually fight. And when you get opportunities like this, you got to grasp them with both hands. And he does have a chance. He'll be taking great confidence. So if you look at Mick's, Mick has now been knocked out a few times. He'll be getting great confidence from that, thinking this guy's very skillful. It's going to be difficult, but if I can nail him, that could be lights out and that could be game over. And it gives him the opportunity. I mean, there's people going to be watching this show that will have never heard of Kevin Walsh before. So it's giving him a platform to show what he can do and potentially get a world title shot off the back of it.
I want to stick with you because I do want to talk about the chief support. We didn't really give him much airtime yesterday. Kieran Malloy. We're looking for the next stars of Irish boxing. So many good stars and big stars are coming to the end. Danto Kakachi, Katie Taylor, etc. Could he be the one that is a flag bearer for Irish boxing in years to come?
Absolutely. He's a quality fighter. He's a lovely kid. A little bit quiet probably, and that's one of the reasons why people don't maybe know about him when they should, because he can really, really fight. Barry touched on it a little bit as well earlier on about just the intricate things that he does really well, and he's a smart fighter. He knows what he's doing. He's exciting to watch as well, but the lack of kind of people just don't really know who he is yet. But this is giving him a platform to do that, and as long as he fights well and remains humble, maybe speak up a little bit more about yourself. But apart from that, he's a very, very, very good fighter.
Regarding his opponent, Barry, we don't really see many fighters from the Netherlands. They're more kickboxing, and we might touch on that a bit later with Alexander Usyk. His opponent, Xavier Conlan, good record, solid record, has more experience in longer fights than does Kieran Malloy. Is he going to try and use that experience, or is Kieran just a bit too good?
I probably think Kieran's too good, but he is going to try that. I think when you've got someone who's technically better than you, maybe bigger, stronger, ticks all the boxes more than you do, then you go try and unsettle him. And quite often that is to rush him. Make him panic, make him make mistakes. And with mistakes then you get the opportunity to maybe hurt him and stop him, or maybe win fights on points. But either way, you've got to try and get him out of their rhythm. That's going to be hard with Malloy, because as I was saying to Cal earlier, it's not almost the punches that he throws or the movements he makes. It's the little intricate movements before that, the way he sets it up. And I only saw that because I saw his last but one fight ringside. And so I watched him on TV and he's good, but watching him close, once you see it, the little setup is fantastic. He's a pressure fighter with a brain. That makes him very, very dangerous. And I think now, step up the levels, can he still produce that? I think he will be able to. This is not really a step up for him. I think this is a fight where he's just going to show us how good he is again. But as we all know, in boxing, every fight is potentially your first loss, your first bad performance, and so on and so forth. So you always have to be at your very, very best. But this is a kid who's on so much of a roll, so full of confidence, that I think he'll come out fast, thoughtful, and we'll see and we'll say why we think he's so brilliant.
I love it. We was in Dublin last week and we saw fighters coming through. We saw fighters maybe at the end, similar card to this one as well. All right, let's show you the fight card and what you can expect tomorrow. Intriguing. Some names you'll know, some names you're going to get to know. Jack Curry takes on Jacob Quinn. Then it's Cody Smith versus Lee Gormley. This is a good one. Niall Brown versus Darren Johnson. They were supposed to fight in November. British super middleweight title potentially in the future. Remember, Troy Williamson, the king of that division at the moment. Kieran Malloy, we're just speaking about him, takes on Xavier Conlan. And then Michael Conlan versus Kevin Walsh. WBC International Featherweight title on the line. The winner could fight Bruce Shushu Carrington. That's what's up for grabs. That's the carrot that's being dangled in front of their faces. All right, it's time to get the weigh-in underway. Let's go down to your MC, Mr. Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Belfast, Northern Ireland. Tomorrow night, MF Pro presents their inaugural card live from the SSE Arena here in Belfast. live worldwide on DAZN, the home of boxing. Sponsored by Rainbet and Oosh. It is now time to begin the official weigh-in for tomorrow night's extravaganza. We begin the evening with 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. Please welcome to the stage, with the record of 8 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw, joining us from Huddersfield, England. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Jacob Quinn. And his opponent, who comes to us with a record of 8 wins, opposite no losses, 5 wins coming by way of knockout, from Liverpool, England, Jack Wako Jocko Corey. The official weight for Jacob Quinn, 154.8. Now Jack Corey on the scale. 153.6 for Jack Corey. 153.6 for Jack Wako Jocko Corey.
One thing Barry said to me immediately as soon as he saw Jacob Quinn get to the stage, Barry, you said, this kid can fight. There's something about him. If he comes in ready, we might see something a bit special tomorrow.
Yeah, Jacob Quinn is the original journeyman. They don't come to lose, they just have to travel, and they'll fight anybody, and they don't get much notice at times. Jack Corey's fantastic, of course, can punch a little bit, but Jacob Quinn is tough, he can be busy, he punches long. It's a hard fight.
All right, that was Jack Corey and Jacob Quinn, and now we continue with our weigh-in. This is an eliminator for the British Super Middleweight Championship. Please welcome, with a record of 12 wins, opposite 1 defeat, 3 wins coming by way of knockout, from Wishaw, Scotland. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Darren Johnstone. 166.3 for Darren Johnstone. 166.3 for Johnstone. And his opponent, he's undefeated, 17 wins, no losses, 6 wins coming by way of a knockout, from Stockport, England. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Niall the Power of Brown. $167.6 for Niall the Power Brown. 167.6 for Brown.
I like this fight. This is a rescheduled fight. It was supposed to happen in November. And you look at the super middleweight division in the UK. It was Callum Simpson's division for a while. Troy Williamson, now the man. Niall Brown's an interesting one. Pat Bright, you can see in the background. Pat doesn't move them until he thinks they're ready. And I think he now believes that he is ready, not just for this one, Carl, but maybe for the big boys in the division.
Yeah, he's a decent fighter. He's quite a tall guy, but boxes well on the inside, keeps his hands nice and tight, quite aggressive, and with a good team. And you know, Pat Brown is going to look after him, isn't he, and guide him as best he can, and not put him into fights, like you said, until he's ready. So obviously the boys think he's ready for the step up.
In good shape, both men as well, aren't they, Barry? I mean, it's all you can ask for. And this is important as well to note. This isn't a ceremonial weigh-in. This is the official weigh-in. So you are seeing
old school.
This is old school. This is what we like, right? So you are seeing them in the shape.
Yeah, and you got Darren Johnson, who works behind the long jab. You know, we all see him against Mark Jeffers, where he got stopped in, what was it, 4 or 5 rounds. So he didn't really get a chance to get into that fight, but it's a good hard fight for both.
All right, that is Niall Brown and Darren Johnston for the eliminator for the British Super Middleweight Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-feature. 10 rounds for the IBF European Welterweight Championship. As we welcome to the scale with the record of 15 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 7 wins coming by way of knockout, hailing from Sittard, Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Michael Conlan. $146.4 for Michael Conlan. 146.4 for Conlan. And his opponent with the perfect record, 13 wins, no losses, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Joining us from Galway, Ireland, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the undefeated Kieran Molloy. $146.6 for Kieran Molloy. 146.6 for Molloy.
Biggest test to date for Kieran Molloy against Michael Conlan. Again, the guys are talking about, like, look, he's ready for the test and he's a fantastic boxer, but ultimately you don't know until you see them in the ring with someone that comes to win as well. And Michael Conlan from the Netherlands is coming to win, Carl. Big opportunity this for Kieran Molloy, just to get his name out there, as you mentioned. Not many people know too much about him because he doesn't scream and shout, but ultimately chief support on a big card like this is his opportunity.
Yeah, it is his opportunity. I mean, the main thing is he can fight, he can really fight, and that's what excites me about him. And this is an opportunity for him to kind of showcase his skills and look good against an opponent who again has a pretty record, but Kieran Molloy should be beating this guy and looking good and doing so as well.
Barry, welterweight seems to be getting bigger and bigger all the time. If you didn't tell me this was 147 pounds, I'd have said that these guys are 160 guys. They're getting huge.
They're boiling down to the weight. Nobody knows. But I mean, it's good for Molloy. He's showing the ambition. He's been talking about Paddy Donovan recently, you know, and then obviously that leads to Lewis Crockett, who's ringside, so you know, he's full of ambition.
We are going to hear from both fighters. Olivia Wayne is on stage to speak to both. I do believe we are going to speak to the man from the Netherlands first, Michael Conlan. He is on stage with Olivia Wayne.
Xavier, so good to see you. How are you feeling? First time here in the UK. Tell us a bit about how you're feeling ahead of the fight.
I'm feeling great. Made weight good, feeling comfortable, and I'm just ready to rock. We have a title on the line, and we just had to go give everything I have, because these kind of shots I usually don't get, so for me it's a one-time only, and I'm going to show up tomorrow.
For those of you, those of the audience who don't know much about you, tell us a bit about your fighting style. What we can expect to see?
Well, I like to be a boxer, but normally I get caught up being a fighter. So yeah, tomorrow I also want to be more of an aggressive fighter, because it's Kieran's first 10-round fight. I've done multiple 10-round fights, so that's why I want to make a physic and just see who's the last man standing.
Do you feel like you have an advantage because of that? And do you feel there's a pressure being the visitor here?
I think I have an advantage because of that, but also think he has more pressure than I have. I'm just a visitor. He is supposed to be the next big thing, so all the Irish people will support him. That's good. I love the Irish people, but yeah, tomorrow I got to be on my game plan.
All right, thanks so much. Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hi, Kieran. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. It's always nice to get the weigh-ins over and done with now, just refuel, rehydrate, and yeah, just set myself for tomorrow night.
Now, it's your third time boxing in Belfast. You've won by knockout every single time. Are we going for another one tomorrow night?
Yeah, 100%. Always trying to knock people out. Under Charlie Beaton New Era Boxing Gym, you know, that's one of our mottos in the gym. We do try to knock people out, so I'm going for that.
You've said it's going to be a big year for you, 2026. It starts tomorrow. Then what's the plan? What can we expect from you?
Just stay active, try and win as many belts as I can, and get in line for that world title fight. You know, that's my dream, is become a world champion. So the next 12 to 15 months, you know, I'll try to accomplish that.
And that's the big future plan, or is there even more beyond that?
there's a lot more beyond it, but main focus is tomorrow night.
All right, well, we wish you luck. Thanks so much.
Thanks very much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to weigh in our main event from the SSE Arena here in Belfast, Northern Ireland. 10 rounds for the WBC International Featherweight Championship. First up on the scale, with a perfect record consisting of 19 wins, no losses, 10 wins coming by way of a knockout. Proudly representing Brockton, Massachusetts, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the undefeated King, Kevin Walsh. 125.4 for King Kevin Walsh. 125.4 for Walsh. And his opponent with an impressive record that stands at 20 wins, 10 of those coming by way of knockout against 3 defeats. Proudly representing his hometown of Belfast, Ireland, an Olympian and an Irish superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Michael Conlan. 126 even for Michael Conlan. 126 even for Conlan.
Here we go. We have a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Both of them make the weight, 126 pounds. I will say this, Kevin Walsh walked out and you wouldn't know that this guy is the away fighter. He's brought some fans here from Boston, Massachusetts. He's very, very confident. These fans are very confident as well, Carl.
Yeah, they are. And he's every right to be confident. He's got an opportunity here now to go and change his life and get himself in the mix for a real world title. And he looks good. He looks big. Looking at Mick there as well, though, I think Mick's done the weight really well. He's a little less gaunt than he normally looks, I think, which is a good sign for him. But I'm expecting a very good fight tomorrow night.
Yeah, and look, both of these guys, Barry, are going to rehydrate to whatever they want to come fight night as well. So both will be considerably bigger. And look, Mick's coming off a really good win against Jack Bates, and obviously the team up with Grant Smith seems to be doing him well. This is it, though, isn't it? This is that final opportunity. If he wants to be a world champion, he has to win tomorrow night.
Yeah, I said something similar at the start of the show. Every fight, certainly for Mick, is his last fight, potentially. And this could be it. Let's not forget Walsh has boxed at a higher weight. He's boxed at sort of like welterweight, hasn't he, close to, in the past, only for fleetingly, of course. But you know, he's probably a natural super featherweight. I know Conlan's boxed at super featherweight at the time, but he didn't have that natural strength to stay there. I mean, Walsh got to do what Conlan wants him to do. You got to rush Conlan. Conlan wants it. If you walk on the Conlan, he's going to pep you with shots all night long. He wants you to do that. But if you don't do that, you're going to get outboxed as well. So I think for Walsh, he's got to test that chin of Conlan and test it early. If there's any panic there, any worry about that resistance, make Conlan think it. And once Conlan gets into his rhythm, into his mode, the way he boxes, he's almost unstoppable when he's in full flow.
Let's see if we can hear both of them say anything to each other. Quite a bit of talking the other day when they did a face-off. Let's see if they say anything now.
You're going to enjoy it. Let's go, baby. Let's dance, baby. Enjoy it, because it's going to be your last one.
I'm sure.
Let him talk, Mick. Let him talk. You bastard.
Time to go to school, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Get ready,
School
baby.
time. Get your books.
Ready.
Get
ready.
your glasses.
I'm fucking ready.
Enjoy
baby.
the show.
I was born for this, baby.
Good.
Last dance, baby.
You heard Kevin Walsh there say to Mick Conlan, your last dance. It's your last dance, he said a few times. I knew it would get a bit spicy between the two. It's been very friendly, but it is spicy. All right, let's hear from the challenger, Kevin Walsh. He's on stage with Olivia Wayne.
Kevin, whew, that was spicy. Yes, it was. Oh, you're dropping your bits. like the jewellery, like how you've blinged up.
Thank
you
you.
have some serious support here.
Yeah.
This is your first international fight.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Man, I got a huge support system, you know, coming all the way from Brockton, Massachusetts. Shout out to everybody that came here. You know, I'm just taking it all in, embracing it. I love all my people. Thank you guys for coming out. You know the deal, baby.
I was going to ask if you feel the pressure. You're fighting in Mick's hometown. He's got a lot of support. Obviously, you now have some support too. Yeah. You don't seem like you're feeling the pressure.
Yeah, just a little bit of pressure. But you know what they say about that, baby. Pressure makes diamonds, baby. You know what I'm saying? So we ready. We ready for war. That's it.
Yeah, baby.
We ready, baby. Let's go. Cheers.
For those that might not know your fighting style that well, tell us what we can expect. What kind of fight's it going to be?
Oh, it's going to be a war. You know, I'm expecting the best Michael Conlan to be yet, but I'm also expecting it to be Michael's last dance. So that's what it's going to be, you know.
If you get the win, what will this do for you, your career, and what's your goal?
After I get the win, it's just big things, man. World titles ahead of me. You know, I feel like I'm the new face of boxing. I will be the new face of boxing. So, featherweight division, I'm putting you guys on notice, baby. King Kev's here. Let's go.
All right. Good luck tomorrow night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mick, you have a very different approach. How are you feeling?
I'm good, relaxed, looking forward to it. You know, it's just another fight. You know, Kevin's a good fighter, a good guy, and I'm looking forward to getting to put on a show.
It is your hometown. You must have loads of support. How helpful is that on fight night?
It's always good support. You know, it's always great everywhere I fight in the world. You know, here, even here in Belfast, it's always fantastic. So I'm just looking forward to getting a fight night. You know, nothing else matters. Is just go in there and get the victory, and I believe I'll do so in style.
You're off the back of 2 great victories. What kind of fight are we going to see from you tomorrow?
A masterclass.
Can you elaborate any more?
Just a masterclass. Whether it's a knockout, whether it's a shutout, it'll be a masterclass performance.
You have big ideas and dreams for after this fight. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, listen, the goal is to be a world champion, and there's potential at that after this, but I'm not looking past this. This is the focus. I'm focused on it. You know, I just want to say thank you for everybody coming out to the weigh-in today. Thank you to Kevin's fans for coming over from America. But, you know, the real Irishman will win on Friday.
All right. Thanks so much, Mick. Good luck. Thank you.
Love it. A man, a few words, Mick Conlan, but he does his talking in the ring. So many big fights coming on DAZN, so it is the perfect time to tell you about DAZN Ultimate.
Ultimate is the first rule,
You do not pay-per-view.
You do not pay-per-view.
Do not pay-per-view.
The Ultimate Fight Night is here.
Second rule of DAZN Ultimate. Second rule, you don't pay-per-view.
Because Ultimate gives you a minimum of 12 pay-per-view fights a year at no extra cost. You do not pay per view. Join us ringside and welcome to DAZN Ultimate.
Yeah, make sure you don't miss DAZN's new Ultimate plan. It really is perfect for fight fans. A minimum of 12 pay-per-views, 1 subscription, so many big fights. Plus, obviously, DAZN's 185 plus fights a year. For all you big fight fans, it is a must-get. Just go to DAZN.com and sign up now to DAZN Ultimate.
The Locker Room, the new home of DAZN's boxing content. All your big hitters, all in one place.
I am not going to stop until I am pulled off of this guy.
Daniel, don't disrespect you. Daniel, don't disrespect you. I personally think you're a bit of a don't really like you.
Welcome on board the rivalry line.
I do not want to be average. I fear being average.
More exclusive content than ever before.
You look at that blood, you remember what's coming.
Welcome to Inside the Ring, boxing's official show of record. I'm your host, Max Keller.
Where boxing lives, breathes, and never stops.
I never thought being with Matchroom I'd be doing stuff like that.
Weekly content from all your favourite creators, promoters, and influencers. The Locker Room, only on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
Look who's joined us. 3 have become 4, and I'm so happy this man has joined us in the studio. Very, very confident Kevin Walsh, who's brought one hell of a fan base as well with him. They've all journeyed, they've all made the travel Belfast to see you become the new champion, and you're very confident you are going to become the new champion as well. Why so confident, Kevin? You've been confident all week.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like I'm at home. I felt like I was at home ever since I came out here. And I've been working for this situation, this moment, for a long time. You know, not just this fight camp. I've been looking forward to a big moment like this for a long time. So I feel like it's all meant to be, and I'm going to prove it Friday night.
Boxing's all about journeys. These men, you know, had their own journeys to become world champion. You've got an incredible journey as well. I mean, you only laced up the gloves, what, a few years back, and how you've got to 19-0 very quick. It's almost a great story of just perseverance. Just keep on going and keep on fighting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about trials and tribulations, you know, boxing, fighting in general. I've been doing it my whole life, so this is just another test and another day in the office. I'm looking forward to it.
We see the confidence, Kevin, and it feels, sometimes it feels, well, a lot of people that it's not real. But I get a sense that this is real confidence from you. Where are you getting? Is that from kind of looking at mixed past fights and maybe seeing him being knocked out a few times, or where are you getting the confidence from?
The confidence is really just from my own experience, you know, from my own life experiences. I've been through a lot in life, you know. I've been facing a lot of trials and tribulations, like I just said, in life. So not just the fact that Conlan, I feel like, is on his way out, but I just feel like I'm on my way up in life. And yeah, you know, I'm gifted, and I'm going to prove it on Friday night.
So we've seen you can fight, Kev. Obviously, you can fight, you can punch a little bit as well with good power. But quite often, getting to the top is not about ability, it's about coping with the pressure. Do you have a ritual you go through to get used to that? Because it's going to be, you're the away fighter and you're going to feel it tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Are you prepared for that?
I'm very prepared for that. You know, I feel like I've been the away fighter for a long time, you know. Yeah, I'm coming from, you know, CES boxing. I've had a lot of my fights, obviously, with CES, but where I fought for CES was going out to the other people's hometowns, you know, so in their home territory. So this is just going to be another day in the office to me, you know, and I'm just excited about the moment. I'm taking it all in. I'm being confident, but I know not to be too overconfident, and I got to be humble at the same time. So I'm just enjoying the moment, man. I love it all, you know, embracing
Great answer.
Kevin, I want to let you go because I feel bad. You just made weight. I want you to get your protein, get your carbs in you. Go and get hydrated, but really appreciate you coming to join us, and good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow evening.
Thank you so much.
Very best luck, mate.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Very, very confident young man as well. And hopefully, I mean, he can do himself some justice tomorrow night. As I said, massive fan base that he's brought with him from across the pond, and they'll be looking to see what he can do. Talking about looking forward to seeing what we can do. I mean, look at this. So many big fights coming on DAZN in the next few weeks. And I'm talking big fights with the big boys. Italma versus Franklin, March 28th, the rearranged Magnificent 7 card. And then MF Pro's second fight card, the big one. Derek Chisora versus Deontay Wilder. 50 fights versus 50 fights. And then champion versus former champion. I love this fight. Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois. It's called Don't Blink, and don't blink for a reason, because that one, I promise you, is not going 12 rounds. And then the man that runs the heavyweight division, maybe runs the whole of boxing, Alexander Usyk, takes on the Dutchman. We're speaking about Dutch fighters. The Dutch kickboxer, Rico Verhoeven, that one in Egypt. And all the guys have applied for their visas because we all want to go to Egypt for that one. All right, those are the big fights. Talking to big fighters, I've got to welcome in this man. How you doing, Lewis? Come in the middle.
Hi, Lewis.
The current IBF welterweight champion, Lewis Crocker. Looking big, Lewis G. I mean, what? The current light heavyweight champion.
No jacket underneath us.
No. Lewis, how are you, my man?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, very good.
Congratulations. I didn't get to speak to you in the ring after the Paddy Donovan win, which was an incredible performance, the way in which you showed that. And Carl's always said this to me. He's like, Lewis can box. He likes to have a fight, but he can box if he wants to. And I think you showed that against Paddy Donovan. But as always, we always want to say, okay, what next? What next? I was screaming for you to be in America when all the other welterweights were there ringside. I was like, why is Lewis not here and trying to cause fights and start fights? Is it Liam Parrow next? What can we expect next from you, Lewis?
Yeah, you know, like, obviously I want the biggest fight possible next. And with Parrow being the monetary, you know, that's the next fight. So I'm training hard. I'm just waiting for a date with Parrow. But obviously the biggest fight, or the next fight I want is the biggest fight. So it's good to be in the mix with them. I'm world champion, and I want the biggest fights this year.
Before I let the boys, sorry Carl, before I let the boys ask you a question, I was going to ask about just sort of the growth once again of Irish boxing. Obviously this man did so much for it. Katie Taylor's done incredibly well for it. I look at what you did with Paddy Donovan, an arena, then a stadium. We saw Dublin. What Mick Conlan's done over the years. You must be so proud of just Irish boxing as a whole and where it is right now.
Oh, for sure. Like, I was this man's biggest fan growing up. Went to all those fights abroad, the lot, the Windsor Park and stuff, and now that like I'm in that position as well, it's unbelievable. You know what I mean? And you have Mick and you have Kakachi, world champion as well. So the Irish boxing at the minute is booming, and hopefully it continues for the next lot of years.
You've done something that I haven't done. I'm a wee bit jealous. You've boxed at Windsor twice now.
I know. And I won a world title once.
You were into it.
We'll not talk about that. What the Paro date? There was a date, wasn't there? And that's been postponed. You had an injury. How's the injury going? Is it okay?
Yeah, you know, we're working around the injury, so we are able to do all our conditioning stuff. So just waiting on another date to get settled, but feeling great and just ready to get going again.
So if you can get past Paro, which I'm sure you will, but I mean it's a hard fight, but you know you're really on a roll. What's your dream fight in that division? Because even though it's a good division, it's open who's number one at the minute, isn't it?
It is, and like you look at the division, it's so good. Like you have like the Garcia, that's mega fight. Yeah, I have Haney's mega fight, Rolly Romero, and you've been there. Like no matter what, the next potential fight is life changing. Do you know what I mean? So any one of them guys, and you know I'm always game to get it on with any of them. So we'll see what way it plays out.
You know what I've spoken about, and you can back this up or not, an all-Irish fight card. Katie Taylor headlining at Croke Park, and then the undercard, including yourself and Anto and Mick if he comes for this one, and 90,000 in Croke Park in the summer, and it's just booming. That's what I really want to see. Almost a celebration of Irish boxing.
For you, would you prefer Croke Park or maybe the undercard of Katie Taylor's last hurrah, or go to Vegas? Or Madison Square Garden?
Why did you ask that question?
I know the answer to this one.
He wants to go to Vegas. He wants to go
maybe the States, but Croke Park would be unreal. But I mean, like I've watched from like boxing States and stuff, and like America's always been a dream.
Yeah.
I'm for a world title in America. Do you know what I mean? Like I think I got my dream fight, the fight for a world title at Windsor Park. So a fight away abroad would be amazing.
All right, Katie, I'm going to sort of message her now. I'm going to say that.
Oh no, give me another.
All right, there you go, Lewis Crock. Honestly, we wish you good luck in whatever you're going to do next. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Tony Bellew is going to be joining us as well. It is the big one. Mick Conlan looking to really chase the big boys in the featherweight division. Shushu Carrington's the aim, but he has to get past the unbeaten American Kevin Walsh. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. The fight starts now. Let's go.
How do you like it? Off the shot. So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. Weigh in live on DAZN.
Fight Night on DAZN, brought to you by that prize guy.
Hey, Toad, looking good.
Who is this? So some dinosaur just shows up and he's now part of the group. Cool.
The Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, Yoshi's here. Yay.
Casino you love to hate, Mr. Q.
Don't miss the